Hi, everybody. Morning. How's everyone doing on end of Friday? And, well, end of the May. Oh, my goodness. More coffee. We're not quite the end of May. We have another whole week left. It seems like it's a long month this year for some reason, but it's always 31. I don't know. May seems to go. Hey, how's everybody doing? Cheers. More coffee. Oh, StreamYard had a little hiccup and decided to start a bit late. I'm talking away and it's not even going. Oh, the beginning sounds garbled. It's live and no, it's not. Oh, it's not actually live. The count is not going. Oh, morning, Joanne. Thanks for coming in. Sometimes I wonder. Whatever. StreamYard does work pretty good, and I'm happy with it most of the time, but sometimes it has a little blip. I'm going to work more on the rainbow string quilt today. I don't know when I'm going to get it finished. I can do probably... Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah, I'll try to get in to watch Jean at 8, but I was doing other things. I couldn't get in to watch her. Hi, Lisa. Awkward Quilter Georgia. Hi, Terry. So Terry's joined us. Morning to you. I've got a lot of blue strips from this and that, and donated and things I've used before and whatever. So I have to make, I think there's 8 of them. Just a sec. My pattern's kind of pinned up here. 1, 2, hang on. I need my other pen to mark off what I've already done. I forgot to do that. 1 second. Okay. Those ones are all finished. Green and blue's done. Okay. So let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 blue blocks. All blue. Those I have to do 6 of them. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that are half blue and half indigo. Kind of hard to find indigo fabric. Oh, Terry says, I'm going to go prime a machine. I will try to listen while I work. No worries, Terry. Work away. I'm going to show you guys kind of what I was thinking of. I gathered up all of my purples that I thought would work for violet. I wonder if it'll be better with the other camera. Hold on. 1 sec. I'm going to switch cameras because the colors might show up better. Hold on. And I'll put them on my sewing desk. Okay. Yeah, that's marginally better. So, see, I've got odds and ends here. This is most definitely violet for the end of the quilt, right? I got this Petite. I would consider that violet. It's kind of plummy, but I think it goes with the whole violet plan. Oh, there's blue in there. I just had all these wadded together, obviously. Get that out of the way for now. And I think this plummy is also violet, so that works. But then see, I didn't even know if those work. But I have this. I would consider this indigo. This dark purpley, it's like a purple swirl. It actually kind of has a black background. But because it's so dark, I think that counts as indigo. But that's it. Obviously, I've never sewn with indigo before, so I'm going to have to take some time to accumulate some before I can carry on with this rainbow, because I have some, like I said, what did I say? 5 blue, 5 that are half blue, half indigo. And then there are 4 just indigo and then 3 half indigo violet. So I don't know. It's going to be a work in progress for a long time, I think. So you guys get the idea. Oh, I've got this one too. This is a batik. Here, I'll show you guys on this camera. You can kind of see it. It just kind of got like different colored dots in it, but I would class that as indigo, dark purpley blue. Okay, I have 2 fabrics. Woohoo! Anyway. Okay. Lisa says, I'm working and lurking in case I have to drop off. You'll have a wonderful weekend. Thank you kindly, Lisa. I appreciate you popping in, but I know you got to work, so no worries. Oh, Laura Supp is here. Good morning, everyone. I've been out of town the last couple weeks and have missed a lot trying to catch up on videos now. Oh, where did you go, Laura? We went away last weekend for the long weekend. I think, my American friends, you have your long weekend this weekend, don't you? This past Monday, the 20th, was Victoria Day here in Canada, so we had our long weekend. We went to visit our friends. That's why I had that road trip video. Joanna was trying to do more of that whole section, that first section I filmed leading up to the snow shed, because that's usually, it's kind of not too bad in that first bit where it's sort of windy and flat, but once the highway starts to climb and you get up to the higher elevations, that's what you would have seen on that show that you watched. That, what was it called? Highway Through Hell? What about those big the tow truck guys that pull the big rigs off the side of the road and stuff? Laura says she was in Iowa visiting family. I delivered a quilt I made for my great niece born April 3rd. Oh, that's cool. That's nice. I got a few great nieces. My husband's family's kind of spread out in age, so we have a lot of older great nieces and nephews that are almost the same age as my kids. I watched it a time or two as well, Joe, but not really my thing. We've driven that highway a lot. Sometimes when it's been snowy, but usually they're pretty good with plowing and keeping it off to the side. But sometimes you can go on the highway and there's like huge mounds of snow on the side of the road. But sometimes, a big jump happens. And I put the elevation on my video for the high point of the highway. That is not the high point of the mountain. There's still mountain above it. That is the high point of the road. And it was 1,522 meters, which was just over 4,000 feet. So the high point, that's why I said I couldn't even film it, because it was in fog. 4,000 feet, that's the height of the road. Now, at the end of the video, my husband pulled around the truck and we were waiting at a light to turn left. That piece of highway that goes between the towns of Merritt and Peachland, the summit of that is referred to as Pennask, because that is the mountain it's on. That is, I'm not positive of the elevation, but that's higher. I think that's 1,800 something feet. And as we drove through that, there was snow on the side, like not loads, but it had obviously recently snowed. Road was bare, no issues whatsoever. Snow on the side of the road, not like, this much in May, but that's because it's 1,800 meters. It's way up there. Could be raining like mad down here. What's it doing high up? Snowing. And British Columbia is covered in mountains. Hence the problems in the winter. And avalanches and the yada yada. Other people that live in mountainy areas will get it just the same. Joanne, it can be scary. Sometimes into winter, we've traveled in November and there's some hairy bits, and we have traveled through snow on the road. We traveled through Rogers Pass with snow on the road in April. If you look at Revelstoke, BC on Google Maps and go a little bit north, you will see what that looks like. And actually, my husband was first in line and the plow was going the other way. So we just sort of went along slowly. Oh, Lisa's asking Laura if she got all the tornadoes. Laura says they left that day. Greenfield. I saw all that about the tornadoes. That was horrible. I guess it was a bumpy flight. Oh, hi, Debbie. Good morning. Yeah, you're right. Ice and fog are the worst. The Coquihalla itself was fine, but I couldn't film. What are you going to see? This massive white? Not that it was that bad. Like, visibility was still okay, but it wouldn't have been a good visual. Like, what are you going to see? Blech, boring. So that's why I didn't film it. And then you came down just enough from that high point that at the Britton Creek rest stop, it was clear. It was only that maybe 3 kilometers part right at the very top that was kind of foggy. And Highway 97 between Merritt and Peachline was clear the whole way. It was just snow on the side of the road. Okay, one more coffee. I'm going to get sewing here, guys. I organized as many blue strips as I could. So let's switch to the other camera so you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Not that this is tremendously exciting because you guys have seen me do this before. I line up my 2 pieces of fabric first, and then I use my big Sharpie line to gauge the 1/4 inch seam, and then I pin it. Actually, I got to shift this one a little bit this way. It's a little too short. There, that's better. I just eyeball it. If you want to be particular, you can measure. Okay. I took my 1/4 inch foot off, and I have this. I get this as a zigzag foot for my machine. Oh, let's drop the stitch length down. Hold on 1 second. All right, we go 1.8 just to make sure. There we go. I'll make sure the iron's ready to go because I'm going to have to press that in a minute. Liven it back up again. There we go. Whoops, pin. There we go. This blue swirly fabric I've had for a long time. I don't even know what I used it for way back when. And this is sort of a denim-y blue, but it's got like little dots, black dots, and they're very faint little flowers. It's very pretty. It's hard to see on camera though. I gotta give this a proper press too. 1 second. I'll bring my other blues down so you guys can have a look. What I might use. As I go through these blocks, I try not to have two of the same fabric like side by side in the blocks. So pinned up at the top of the board there is row 2. So when I was pulling fabrics for this particular block, because this is the total blue block on row 2, I'm not taking anything that's already in the half blue and half green block that's up there, or anything from the half blue and half green block in row 3. I'm trying to make it different. It's not exactly perfect all the time, but I do the best I can. And no, you don't have to do that. Just me being particular. If anybody wants to do this and you don't care what fabric goes where, go for it. It's your quilt. Okay, that's a little piece. That's got to wait. Maybe on the edge. That one's a little bit short, but coming up there might work. That one, same. Cut it off. It's too wide. Maybe this one. I think, Debbie, you gave me this, didn't you? This sort of a gingham looking one. Looks familiar. Let me go back to chat for a minute. Can you see it? Oh, it looks like it's turquoise in the camera, but it's not. It's kind of a medium tone gingham. Hold on. I'll come back to here. Oh, Deb Somerville's here. Hi, Deb. Oh, Debbie says it's raining. Yeah, we're getting some spitty rain here, too. Have a good day. Says she's heading out. I think I'll put that one next to that dark right there. And let me grab my scissors and cut that off because it's too long. Okay. I can go for an edge piece at some point in time. There we go. Yeah. Okay. Come here, you. Dropped it. Okay. Oh, Debbie says she's using her blue scraps too. Yeah, see you around, Deb. I'm sure we'll catch up on someone's live eventually. I'll be in and out on the weekend because we got a few things to do. Maybe a little bit of gardening, although it's supposed to rain. And me and my daughter and my son's girlfriend are going to get some bedding plants on Sunday morning. Canadian Tire usually has all their stuff out, like marigolds and petunias and all that stuff. Because we want a few more pots out here on the deck. We always do a couple. We have some larger pots and we put a few things in them and put them on either side of our garage out front. And now is kind of the time when it's good for gardening because it doesn't get really much below 10 degrees Celsius at night. Even though it's raining today, I think we're supposed to be like 15 degrees or something. Like it's not cold. It's just dampish. And it's not like pounding or anything. It's just kind of spittly. Whoopsie. Oh, lots of stray threads. Let me just cut those off. Okay, oops, there's another one. All right, let's give it a press. Let me just trim this one while I'm up here. It's a little bit too wide, I think. Do it about 2 inches instead of whatever the heck it is now, 4.5 or something. Oh. Okay. I'm going to add this printy one onto the side of that gingham blue. Make it look pretty. The strips look better if you do like different values side by side. So don't do like a really dark blue print and then like a navy solid, right? Because it'll look fine, but it looks better if it's like value across the block. You know what I mean? Go. Yeah, that was good. I like it. Come on. There we go. Let's see here. There we go, so far. Oh, how about this one? Make that good next to that. That's too short. Okay. I gotta go digging, hold on. What can we put there? Not the same. This bright one might work. Hold on, let's see if it's big enough. Okay, and is it on this one? Nope, and it's not on that one either. Perfect. Is it long enough? Ah, not quite. Shoot. Dang, thought I had it there. Oh, hey, this might work. Polka dots. Yeah, here we go. I think this is another one that Debbie gave me. Polka dots. It's going on the other side next to that sort of denim-y color. Could be straighter too, couldn't it? I don't know. Here we go. Debs S says they had a tornado warning this morning. We had a hard rain, 60-mile-per-hour wind for about half an hour to 45 minutes. Tornado went on Illinois side and missed it. Oh dear. Oh no, Deb. No limbs down this time. Oh. I don't know how you guys all handle that. I guess every region has their issues. We get floods occasionally. Again, mountains, rain. It happens. And not that they happen very often, but we are in the earthquake zone. Cascadia, I believe it's called. Those geology type people. There, that looks cute. I think. I like it. Oh, hi, June. Thanks for coming in. Laura Supp says, a friend of mine lives in Ankeny, is that how you say it? Iowa, near Des Moines, and she had several trees down. One of the trees hit her house. Oh, that's not good. She's having the insurance company come out to evaluate the damage. Yeah. Sometimes, not that it's from tornadoes, but there's so many fir trees around. Like that's kind of what we have here in BC, mostly. And if there's, sometimes you get high winds. It's not a tornado. It's just a big rainstorm with lots of wind. And sometimes limbs come off then. And, they'll land on people's cars and whatever. And then, yeah, there's an insurance claim. Or they go down on the road. And there's a lot of the power lines are underground now, but some places don't. And then the limb comes down and it pulls down the power line. And then a bunch of people don't have power. And yeah. But it's not like a localized thing. It'll be like a big system that pretty much covering the entire southwest part of the province and like Seattle and everything. Like it's big. Oh, Laura says they didn't have a tornado, but very high wind. Yeah, that's I think that's common around the globe a lot. Isn't necessarily a tornado or hurricane, it's just windy. Usually that kind of stuff happens in like November, late October, when we get those big windstorms and tons of rain and Maybe that bright blue. Maybe this swirly looking one. I think we need to go with the swirly looking one. There we go. Oops, cut it off here. Too long. As you go down to the corner of this block, it gets smaller and smaller for the strips. Oh, hi, Jackie. Jackie DBD Stitch Art's in here. Good morning. I'm going to switch cameras again while I sew a bit. Try to get this one block finished up. Yeah, that other one wasn't very straight. Okay, we'll sew to this one then. That's okay. There we go. I think that looks good. Let's give it a press. Of course, it looks like a real hot mess until you trim it up. Let's see what I'm going to put on the edge there. Maybe this one. A little bit right there, sure. Cut this other piece off. There we go. That's a nice batik. Too short. Maybe this bright one. Okay. And we'll cut that off right about there. Sometimes these little pieces get too small when you just go in my scrap bin, but if they're reasonable, I can use them in corners occasionally, depending. There we go. And will that work? Is that big enough? No. short. I need a little piece. Little piece. No. Okay, I'll use this. Anchors will work. Not gonna see much of it anyway. There we go. I think this will be the last piece, and then I can put this one aside and trim it up later. Okay. There. That'll do. Back to this camera. There we go. All right. Ta-da. Just trim it to the paper. But yeah, it looks a little wild and crazy for a bit. Up until yesterday, when I sort of got myself reorganized to do these blocks again and put in size 80 needle in my machine and everything, I was working on that So Long that Kristen is doing from Scrap Fabric Love. She's doing big blocks. They come out 20 inches, or you cut them to 20 inches. I guess they come out to 19 and a half. So 2 weeks ago on my live, I was doing the big rail fence blocks, and there's 4 like quarter log cabin style. I've got them all like a third done because I'm just chain piecing them as I go around. And it's going to be wild and crazy because I'm giving it to my daughter for when she takes Ferris camping. It works out to like 59 by 59, something like that. And there's one more block that sort of goes in the middle. So I'm hoping over the course of the weekend that I can dig through my fabrics and cut that ready to go. And then we'll see. Get that out of the way. It's relatively easy to get that sewn up. It's not that big of a deal. My other priority is hopefully next week I will go and get a background low volume Christmas fabric for that Christmas tree pattern of Fallon's from So Be It Quilts. A bunch of us are doing a quilt along with that. I want to kind of get my intro video going in June, and then I will carry on through the summer. Thank you, Joe. Other than the struggle of potentially finding colors, this has been pretty fun and relatively easy to do. But I also have that other semi-secret collaboration that I have to catch up on blocks for. And I have to sew my video or do my video because we're each doing like part of the block. All 4 of us, we decided this ages ago, this is how this is going to work. And for the first block, I have to do border number 2. So I have to film my part of that. I have to film me doing border number 2. And then it will be uploaded the 3rd week of July. But I want to get it done and out of the way sometime later on in June, just so it's ready. And then I think we're all going to we have to do one more Zoom chat amongst the 4 of us and say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. And I think how we're going to do it. Oh, hi, Lori Clark. We got to firm it up, but we decided to do some sort of, all of us do an intro. Hey, this is what we're doing. Explain it. And then we'll carry on. And the first one of those you will see will be Future Cat, because they live in New Zealand, so they will upload first their intro, and then the rest of us will follow suit at some point. We'll just decide, okay, this week is when we're going to do it, and yeah, we just have to kind of get going. Jackie says it's already warm out, on its way up to 97 this afternoon. That'll be warm. Jackie, don't you live in Florida or... Sorry if that's a mistake. I'm not sure. Somewhere that gets hot all the time. That's where I thought you lived. I don't always remember where people live, though. I'm bad with that. So at some point, you guys will all get the timeline of the four of us working. And we will link each other in the videos and blah. You know how that works. Like, I'm doing this part, but you see the other parts, you have to go see these videos, yada, yada. Right? Pretty simple. And links to patterns and all that. We've got a Dropbox and OneDrive and all that, you know, various pattern places to be. So you'll get links for that too. But anybody that can't download from that, you can always just email me. I can give you mine. I'm sure you can email the others and ask for theirs as well if you're having troubles. Joanne says we are today back to 60 on Monday. Joanne, you live in New Jersey, right? East Coast somewhere? I thought you said New Jersey once, but I could be wrong. We're supposed to get rain like this, like 60% chance of showers, spitty rain today and the weekend. And then Monday too, I think, and then Tuesday it gets a little clearer. But this is good. A little bit of rain, a few days of sun, a little bit more rain. It's keeping snowpack up in the mountains around here. It is keeping us from being too dry down below. It's good. If we can keep this going pretty well into June, then the summer will not be too bad for too dry around here. Yesterday, there was a line of thunderstorms from the southern eastern part of Alberta, from Pincher Creek all the way through southern BC to Osoyoos, BC, which is it's on the border. You can cross into Oroville, Washington. And I hope they got rain along with that. That's usually the problem in BC, is there's thunderstorms, but there's only lightning and no rain, and that's how the fires start. Oh, Lori, camping was last month, and it was okay, but it rained. Well, whatever. That's what tarps are for. I do have video of it. You can see our huge tarping procedure. Last weekend, we just drove up to Penticton. And we were staying with friends. And they had this big dinner thing on Saturday, and of course it rained. And it wasn't just like, because the Okanagan gets storms. It'll just come and go. But it was raining like pretty much all afternoon, which was, I mean, they need it. It's really dry there. Fortunately, they have a big covered area underneath like the back of their house. So we all just sort of sat there and ate. It was fine. It wasn't like cold. But usually, you know, we're, sitting out in the sun in your lawn chair kind of idea, right? But not last weekend. And then my friend texts me because we came home Sunday. My friend texts me on Monday and she says, "Oh, it's sunny and 25 now." Yeah. Thanks, Colleen. Yeah. Oh, well. No, it was good. Their garden perked all up and everything, and they were happy with that. Okay. What are we at now? 9:15. We're at 44 minutes. I think I don't really want to start another block. You guys have seen me do this before. Not that exciting. I just thought it was so while we were chatting. I might make another couple of them just to have them done while I have my blues out. We'll see how the weekend goes. But I really want to get working on the collaboration blocks that I have to do because they kind of have a timeline for them. And I'll probably finish up those other quarter log cabins, and finish up my video. I have a video in progress for that, and obviously I will link Kristen's videos in it. But that's got to get done. So that's my priority for the weekend. So my American friends, are you out of town? Are you hanging for the weekend? What do you usually do for Memorial Day? Hey, Lori Clark, I meant to ask you about your pool, and I forgot. Did you get that? You said you were working on it. I was hoping to get a few other things done this weekend, but if it's going to be raining, then we probably can't really do it. My husband still thinks he may be able to mow the lawn today. We'll see. It might be too wet. I don't know. Laura says we're going to just relax. We usually have a get together, but we're exhausted from our trip. Yeah, I bet. You already did your traveling, right? Yeah. Yeah, we don't have any other plans coming up. This weekend's pretty quiet, get stuff done. Next weekend, probably same. There's a family get together on the 8th for my father-in-law's birthday. He will be 91 on June 6th. But he does have some health stuff, so hopefully he makes it. We'll see. Laura says, I need a vacation from my vacation. Yeah. Funny how that goes, isn't it? Yeah. So yeah, we have 2 weekends of pretty well quiet and doing things around the house and the yard and whatever should get us pretty much good. Tinkering over the rest of the time, but most of it should be done. And then our son and his girlfriend are moving out. She's been staying with us since early March just because it's easier for her for work. So they're moving into a studio basement suite thing in the eastern part of town on June the 15th. My husband's obviously going to be helping them, but me and my daughter and my mom and my sister and various other ladies are going to a wedding shower. We're having afternoon tea at the groom's mom's house because my daughter's friend is getting married in September and my daughter is the maid of honor and blah, 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 blah. Our cruising friend's daughter is getting married. And her and her boyfriend have been going out for a long time. They've been engaged for a year and a half. He's been coming around to our house so much that he's practically a Mueller at this point too. So that's what's happening in June. That on the 22nd, I hope this comes off. I might be able to show you guys footage of the Holland America ship, the Connings Dam, maybe. Usually what happens, obviously not during 2020, but here and there, and I did it before everything happened too in 2019. Because we are like local travel agents, the cruise lines, we all have like a representative from each cruise line for the West Coast, and they organize where we can go on tours. So ship comes into Vancouver very early in the morning, 7-ish, 6:30, whatever. Passengers offload, crew does things. So during the morning time, oh, hi, Teresa Louise. I put in this registration and hopefully, because I got to give them my passport information, like there's security stuff. They don't let you just wander on the ship. Like it's tight, right? So if we get approved, then I'm allowed to go on it. And maybe some colleagues will go, I don't know, a bunch of them have seen it already and sailed on her. So they don't need to necessarily. I have clients sailing on her right now, actually. They come back tomorrow. So we get there like, 9:30-ish, go on board for 10. The registration thing said it was a self-guided tour, but usually what happens is a representative or somebody from the crew will kind of give us a sort of a semi-tour, but we are usually free to wander around and take pictures and, hey, oh, this is what this stateroom looks like. This is what the dining room looks like, blah, blah, blah. And then they're going to feed us lunch. And then we have to get out of there by 1 o'clock, 1:30 or so, because during the course of us doing the tour, like that's when they start allowing the passengers back on board. Like they're allowed to, like, the next cruise is going to go, right? So the embarkation day passengers are getting on board sort of as of about 10:30 to 11, depending on when they're allowed to board. They stagger that, so it's not like everybody all at the same time. So if that comes off, and I'm allowed to do that, then I'll give you guys footage of that. Later on in June, we're doing another one of our dinner groups at my mom and dad's, and the theme is South Pacific, so Tony and I have to find appetizers because that's our part of it. And Monday, July 1st is Canada Day, so we'll be doing some sort of barbecue with friends. We're not camping. Last year, for Canada Day, we were at Chilliwack Lake, and I do have footage of that. And it was nice and warm and sunny. It was great, perfect. Down by the lake was a gong show, but campground. But this year we're staying home. Laura said, oh, hang on. Lori says, you have ever heard of a cross-stitching cruise? I know they're quilting ones. Not particularly, Lori. But I guess that would be kind of cool. One of my colleagues tried to do a quilting cruise to Alaska with Royal Caribbean, I think. It should have been like earlier this month, but she didn't get enough interest. So down the road, I was thinking of like maybe going together with her and doing something. Maybe. I am just, not that it's maybe will come off, but I threw it around to a bunch of my friends, because a bunch of people have asked me the last couple of years, hey, we need to do a girls' cruise. Okay, so I tentatively thought of the summer of 2026. And I threw an email out to various people that have asked me about it. So that's sort of a thing possible. It's easy to bring along handwork on a cruise, like, crochet, whatever, knitting. I don't know. I guess we can figure something out if you want. I'm game for a research project. Always helps me learn. Laura says, we were supposed to go on a Hawaiian cruise in October 2020 for our 30th anniversary, but weren't able to go. Yep. We want to try this year, but more likely it will be next year. Yeah, we were supposed to go to Vegas in April of 2020 for our 25th anniversary. That never happened. We were supposed to go on a cruise for Hawaii with my mom and dad. We were going to fly there and cruise back. No, that was supposed to be 2021. That never happened. So, yeah. So, if you guys want, I don't know, maybe we can try for a quilting cruise. Maybe we can try for cross-stitching cruise. Lori Clark, just thought it would be fun meeting. Oh, I need new glasses badly. Meeting other stitchers and traveling. Never been on one. Yeah, sure, be cool. We can go pretty much anywhere. I was going to do that girls' cruise for Alaska only because it's easy for us around here. That's why. Alaska is just easy. That's why I was thinking of it. Don't have to fly, Probably out of Vancouver, but if we have to sail from Seattle, it's not a big deal. It's only like a 2.5-hour drive down the highway. And Seattle actually has 2 cruise ports. There's one in the north end of Puget Sound, and we sailed out of that before, and Princess used it. And at the time, there was a Holland America ship next door. So, but it's a smaller one. I think it's, I forget the name of it. Yeah, sorry. Mind blank there. But there's a park and sail thing. It's right in the middle of like a rail yard, sort of. So it's really secure because you can't get in there. And you take this little shuttle bus from the parking lot around to the cruise port. Like you could spit there. It's right there, but there's railroad tracks all over the place. You can't do that. So, but it's secure and patrolled, and we just left our vehicles for the whole weekend. It was fine. Yeah, Lori Clark, you need passports. Just as if you drove across the border, you need a passport. We've all had passports as a matter of course since, well, hubby and I since late 90s, even after we got married. The kids got theirs before we went to Hawaii for our niece's wedding. So they've had passports since 2005. Our son was in kindergarten when we went that, and now he's 23. So we just keep getting them renewed. So if anybody wants me to organize something, just shout and I will do it. Or at least check into it. That's fine too. So, yeah. The 2026 idea was just, hey, let's just, the girls go, like a bunch of my friends, and, oh yeah, I know, my friend wants to come, and yeah, it'll be a crowd of us, just for the heck of it. Nothing serious, nothing coordinated, just, hey, let's go. But if anybody wants to come, let me know. None of that's available right now. Right as of this second, right now, I can book as far ahead as spring 2026, depending where you want to go. Early April-ish. Over the next few months, there will be more itineraries for the rest of 2026 getting released, sort of depending where. Like I just got an email from Princess the other day that they're opening up Europe for 2026 for like the summer, like now. So it'll go along. I don't anticipate Alaska being available till about October-ish, give or take. And then I will investigate that. My plan is to figure out the cruise line we want to go on. I'm idly mulling Royal Caribbean just because it's kind of good for everybody. We'll see. And I can take out group space. It's not like specific cabins, but it's like X number of inside, X number of ocean view, but that just has a window, X number of balconies, depending who all wants to go and what kind of room you want. That has to be decided. And then I will just take out the group space and it's done. Blank number of cabins, whatever we need. And then after that, then people can be like, oh, I'm being roomies with so-so and I want this kind of room, and you pay your deposit and then you just wait. Or you can pay it off monthly, quarterly. There's all kinds of options for payments. And the final payment is not due till 90 days before the cruise sails. So if we do August 2026, that would be May that you got to pay up, I think. Yeah, sorry, brain fog this morning. Jackie, what do you mean? From my rainbow? She says, are you working on a pattern or is it an improvisational quilt? It's kind of improv, but not. I drew up the pattern myself on graph paper and I used pencil crayons and colored. Okay, this is the red part. This is the orange part. I mean, obviously it's backwards because you're sewing the fabric onto the paper. So my drawing of the pattern is not exactly the same as that, but you get the idea. Usually my improv are just like crumb blocks or something, right? Which I make all the time. So I guess it's a pattern. It's more of a method, I would say. And I happen to be making mine rectangles. You can make squares if you wish, or whatever. If you have one of those nifty computer programs, you can draw it out like that. But I don't, so I just do mine old school. works for me. I can follow it, no problem. I think when I started doing it last summer, when I was working on the reds, I think I showed you guys my pattern. July last year? I might even have scanned it and put it. I don't remember. Hey, thank you. Hey, thank you. Sorry, everybody. Okay, enough yapping. I gotta go. Things to do today. I'll see you all around YouTube. More videos forthcoming. I'm sorry I've been slack lately and haven't been uploading, but most everything I'm doing is in progress, and I can't show it to you yet because it's not done. So bear with me. You'll see it. I just got to keep working on it. And 2 weeks from now will be June 7th. So we'll see you guys then. Take care, everybody. Bye for now. Happy sewing, happy quilting, happy crochet, happy knitting, whatever you all do. Mwah! And have a lovely long weekend to my American friends. Bye, everyone.